Welcome to TT from the D. Today is day number 11 of the 30-day marriage challenge. And I want to thank you if you have been coming along this journey with us. It's been a journey, one that is memorable. I'm super excited about it. I've had some challenges. The last couple of days I hadn't felt the best. Yesterday, I got to like an 80%. And I'd like to say I'm about a 90. And so I'm a little congested, just a little bit. So I might sound a little congested to you. And I'm a little bit tired still. The body just needs time to rest. Even when the body rests, I've learned that it's not all the way rested just because you might have caught some Z's. And then just filling my body with vitamins and water, staying hydrated, things of that nature. I had a most amazing, epic moment last night. Shout out to my broski, Marcus Divine. Carla Pace did her thing. If you are from the D, you know who she is. And then the legendary Babyface, amazing event at the Motor City Soundboard last night. Okay, so I want to start off by thanking my listeners. Without you, where would I be? There would be no show for people to hear if I didn't give you substance. And I'm grateful knowing that I am blessed to have listeners all across the globe. And when I say all across the globe, I literally mean all across the globe. I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to shout out some of my listening audiences, some of the countries, because it's amazing to know that we have these different listeners. So I know we have listeners in the United States, Bahrain, Philippines, Canada, Ireland, Puerto Rico, India, Italy, United Kingdom, Romania, Saudi Arabia, Netherlands, Australia, Brazil, Bulgaria, Poland, Russia, Germany, Denmark, Switzerland, Mexico, Egypt, Guam, the Ukraine, Bangladesh, Lebanon, and Czech Republic. I am super excited. I am super, super excited. I hope that I didn't miss anybody. I'm super excited about that. It gives me joy to be able to share with you where my listening audience comes from, because it's such a broad range of listeners. And I think that's because this platform it stores up information, but it gives you information. It shares motivation, and we have entertainers and authors and politicians and educators, just all walks of life coming through here, and that's a blessing. I'm super excited to be able to provide that platform for us to remain inspired and educated and just in tune with life. Even just recently, I partnered up with Michigan Nonprofit Association and the New Citizens Press to make sure that we as voters were informed. And a lot of stuff, dates were privy globally, but I really was focused on Michiganders. So it gives me joy, to be able to share information, to partner up with people and collaborate to make sure that we are kept in abreast and the know and the window of opportunities that we know about it. And that you're able to laugh, you're able to love, you're able to tear up, but you're able to be informed and be motivated, right? So today's hot topic, keeping the flame burning in your marriage. That was improper English to all my friends that are in education. I'm tired this morning, yet I am ready to rock and roll. Got to get into the office this morning. I was able to work from home the last 2 days to get my body together, get myself physically ready, and just be able to have the things I needed to make sure that I just felt better. So shout out to my director, my team, my group, my supporters, my partners in crime. Thank you for your love and support. All right, so I'm going to share with you this morning, and of course my husband, biggest supporter in the game, okay? Rocking and rolling. I think tomorrow you're going to definitely want to tune in tomorrow morning. We look like we're going to go around maybe 10, 9 o'clock. For those of you that like to get your coffee and your morning started, I think we'll have something for you tomorrow around 9 o'clock. No later than 10. Definitely before 11. Don't know the time just yet, but it's something we talked about. Maybe I'll be able to post a little something this evening later. We have a busy day tomorrow, but and I just got to get myself 100% ready for that. That means I'm going to bed early tonight. Okay, so let me get to the neck of this so we can get you in and out this morning. 6 ways to keep the flame of marital love alive. You know, we hear people say, you got to do the same thing you did to get me, to keep me. It's not so much to keep me, but how about just do the same things? Let's do some of the same things. Not all, but let's do some of the same things we used to do. To keep the fire burning, okay? We get comfortable. My husband and I talk about that a lot in just general conversation. Folks get comfortable. And you feel like, well, I did the work. I've done it. It's just like you do all you can at a job, right? You was knocking reports out, just promoting and just out there and encouraging and just being a team player when you were new to the job. You in that thing, now you feeling like, I ain't got to do all that. Why do I got to? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Right? Imagine this. Leaves on a tree begin to change according to the seasons. You could tell by the leaves of the tree the season you're getting ready to enter. Even if you couldn't feel the coolness or the hotness or the freezing brisk air hit your body when you walked out, you could look up at a tree. You could tell the seasons, whether there's luscious green leaves or beautiful different colored leaves or no leaves at all. You could tell because they start to fade away, slip away, preparing for the next season. That's just like love, your relationship. You anticipate what those stages looked like in the beginning, what they look like in the thick of it, and then where you are right now. Excuse me. There is something amazing about watching the changes of leaves in a tree, but there's something amazing about watching the changes of love and relationship. Imagine a couple you've seen get married, what it was like in the beginning. Then you watch them progress and grow and develop, and you become an admirer of their relationship, of their love, of their union, right? And it takes growth. And there's awkward moments. Let's not think it's not. There's awkward moments. So there's some times when that fire that was powerful might start to smolder. But what do you do when a fire that you're building to keep warm starts to smolder? Excuse me. Still tired, y'all, but I'm getting through it and I've got work to do. But think about that. When you barbecue, what happens when that fire seems to be getting ready to die out? You add more wood if you're doing a smoke. You add more coal if you're doing the grill with coals, right? You add more until you're done. Well, our marriage is never going to be done until death do us part if we're lucky and blessed. So you got to keep adding spices. Whether it's bricks, you're going to say, how you can burn brick? Y'all, let's see a building burning that you can't really burn that thing to the ground, can you? But you're going to keep adding to it, right? Because what's inside is what makes that fire brew, okay? So you got to keep on keeping on. I like that. You got to keep on keeping on. Find those things that remind you. Sorry, y'all. Excuse me. I told you I was tired. But I gotta do what I gotta do, right? Being obedient. It ain't always easy. But when we choose to be obedient, it's a blessing behind it. I promise you. So you want to keep on adding spices, adding coal, adding wood, adding branches. You want to keep on putting things into the fire of your relationship. Those are just metaphors, of course, not coals and things like that. But love, empathy, respect, spontaneous things, little love token things, whatever that looks like for your marriage, because every marriage is different. You want to keep adding things to keep that fire going. Okay? You must. It's important. It's healthy. Never stop dating. You have to take time. I think we tapped into this a couple days ago, but you got to take time to be together. Just the two of you. Not you and your child or you and your children. Not you and another couple. Not you and your friend or a group of people, but you and your wife. You and your husband. Just the two of you. Laugh together. Right? To have fun. Dating doesn't mean always going out somewhere. My husband and I tapped into that when we did, I believe it's Dating Important. Or there was another segment. You would have to go back within the last 10 days prior to today, day 11. We talked about that, right? It doesn't always have to be an expensive outing. It doesn't always have to be outside your home. And you might not have time, like, because you could be on different shifts, but if you were able to even have a lunch date, a breakfast date, a brunch date, hey, a FaceTime date. Be creative, but never stop dating. Never stop dating. Number 2, pray for each other. Pray with each other. I can't wait till my husband and I tap into that. It's one of the segments through these 30-day challenges. The importance of praying for your wife. The importance of praying for your husband. The importance of praying together. Oh my God. It brings you together. It opens your heart to receive the love of God. I can't wait till we do the piece on 3 strands with 3 cords are not easily broken. I can't wait to do that. I hope it's on the Saturday and Sunday so we can really unpeel that thing. But you gotta remember, God is in the center of all marriages. At least he's supposed to be. He's in the center. He's also at the top of that thing because he designed it. Nobody knows what marriage is supposed to look like better than God. But you got to keep him in the center of your union. Pray for each other. Keep each other like covered. It's so important, right? It allows you to grow in prayer, but grow together under your covenant, under your union. Take it there. Trust me, it's powerful. Number 3, forgive and be forgiven. Don't hold on to grudges. Again, we're not going to always agree. We're going to have to learn to agree that we touch and agree that we don't agree, right? And keep it moving. My husband taught me that way before we were married. We have to touch and agree that we disagree and keep it moving. Because we might not always come to that, okay, you were right, or, oh, okay, I was wrong. You both could be holding that line that I'm right. And you both feel like you're right. And you both have information or data to support why you're right. But don't you know that there's times you both can be right? And there's times you both can be incorrect. It's just about where you come into agreement. And I know that might sound crazy. That's true. You both could be right. Because there's more than one way to see things. Good and not so good. Right and wrong. There's more than one way. But once you understand and respect one another's choices, and you say, okay, yeah, I was right. I forgive you for that. And then know what it's like to feel forgiven. We don't want to hold grudges. It can truly damage your union. It could truly damage your marriage. And it can really, really hurt your spouse. It could really, really hurt your togetherness, your unity, when you always assume negative intent. We want to always assume positive intent. But sometimes we could be wrong. But what do we do when we're wrong? We have to learn to forgive. And it can be challenging for some people, especially for people who are known grudge holders. Now, I'm not a grudge holder, but I'm very judgmental. It's not something I'm proud of. I pray against that a lot. But I've worked on, and I'm working on, because I'm a work in progress just like you, to forgive and let it go. But my problem is when I forgive and I try to let it go and you bring it back, how you think? Don't try to be bringing something new that needs to be forgiven and you want the old forgiveness for the last thing. We got a problem in Houston. That's not going to work out. So either stop doing what it is that you need to be forgiven for, or understand that there's different phases of forgiveness, and you're going to have to navigate through that thing. Number 4, be thankful. Hey, a thankful heart is a happy heart. Happy wife, happy life. My husband always says, a happy husband, a happy nothing. I was like, whatever. If we're happy, fellas, then you're happy. Ladies, is that right? When we happy, we can't wait. We love to make our husbands happy. But when we ain't happy, we ain't making nobody happy. We ain't even making ourselves happy because we're not happy. Okay? That might make better sense, right? You got to remember, you're on the same team. You're not opponents. You're a team. Unity, togetherness, teamwork. Sometimes the husband got to lead. Sometimes the wife got to lead. And sometimes you both are leading. But it shouldn't be any time where you both are just not being led. The only time, if that does, that's when our Father, who is in the center of your union, comes through. It's so important to share your gratitude and appreciation in life with people who do great things, and things big or small, but it's so important to do it in your marriage. It encourages the behavior. It lets your significant other know that they're appreciated. Number 5, listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, Larry. Man, how easy is it for us to turn our invisible hearing aid off? Super easy. But think about it. You want to be heard, right? Just as much as you need to listen. You can't always be the talker. You have to be the listener. You have to be the listener. Okay? Because you both have thoughts, feelings, emotions, needs, desires, wants. And sometimes your listening doesn't require you to listen with your ears. You can listen with your eyes. Listen with your heart. Because sometimes you're nonverbal. And there are some people that are married that have a spouse that is nonverbal. So you have to make sure you're in tune. Take the time to truly listen with your whole being. It is so important that you listen to your wife's husband. It is so important that you listen to your husband's wives. It's so important. And it's an acquired skill, especially for those of you that are not good listeners. We want to learn to listen. It's important. And it can help your marriage stay spicy and fiery because you're listening to what they need, what they want, what they seek. It helps you grow. And number 6, respect one another. This is something that should go without a saying, but I want to remind both men and women, husband and wives, to respect your mate. Who they are as a man, who they are as a woman. The masculinity of your husband, wives. The femininity of your wives' husbands. Okay? It's important. Be honest and respect one another. Talk to your spouse. Don't talk at your spouse. Learn what makes them happy if you don't know, which most of you do. But if you don't, learn, ask, watch, listen. These are all things that we can do and just really hone in on to keep the fire burning in our unions. And if you love your wife, if you love your wife, if you love your husband, these are just 6 small things to help that fire stay burning. We're going to recap, okay? Just 6 this morning. Never stop dating. Pray for one another. Forgive him. Be forgiven. Be thankful. Listen. And respect one another. That's all I have for you this morning. This is your girl TT from the D. Thank you for bearing with us on this journey. Thank you for taking this journey, whether this is your first day. If it is your first day, I ask you to go back, The segments are there through Apple Music, through iHeartRadio podcasts, through Spotify, through Anchor.fm, through Google Podcasts, through Breakers. There's a couple of other platforms, but these are the major ones that you can listen to around the world. And then definitely you can listen on Facebook on my TT From The D Podcast. The links are copied and pasted on other social medias that don't have the active link. And definitely if you follow me, Teresa Craigett Moore, then you definitely can be able to tune in. They will be up. They won't go anywhere. I will not take them down. They're there for you to listen. They're there for you to share. They're there for you to grow. They're there for you to be motivated and encouraged. I'll see you tomorrow morning for Saturday Vibes with Day 12. See you soon.